Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nodebuster. Let's just hop right back in from where we left off. Right, we have this huge skill tree. Get some good stuff here. This was all health stuff. This is armor. Okay, this over here is damage. Right, we have lightning chaining now. That's going to be fun. Then we have the crypto mine, of course. We do also have a boss soul with nothing to spend it on, it looks like. This costs bits. That's maxed out. So yeah. Let's see if we can make lightning ridiculous. Prestige 11. We'll see how that goes. Oh right, those blue ones are ours. It's already pretty crazy. Man, I forgot how ridiculous this is. Oh, gotta get those yellow enemies. Those processors, we're not quite doubling, if I recall correctly. Not anymore. But we're still getting a pretty good time increase on processing the cryptocurrencies, so still worth picking those up. Yeah, this is insane. Our health is, what is that, 343,000, goes up with every enemy kill. Leveled up. Oh, there's a yellow enemy. Let me get that. I've seen our health shoot down kind of in a burst. There's the boss. Boss is gone. Wow. I saw a health dip down in bursts, but it never really crossed about halfway. So clearly it's just a matter of getting hit all at once. But let's go home. Let's dump those in there. I mean, yeah, that's not, a doubling every time. That is pretty good. Honestly, I'm gonna dump 100k into that, and it's already done. Wow. Okay. That's pretty fast. What do we have here? 10% chance to automatically collect enemy drops. Honestly, I think we are missing enemy drops at this point because of just how many there are. So I'm gonna grab that. Increased crit damage. That's gonna be good. And let's see here. More chance to create chain lightning. And then we can use a skill point to make it go again, or make the auto pulsar go faster. I'm gonna make it chain again. Chain lightning seems to be the bigger thing here. And then let's see here. What else can we do? This takes normal bits. A lot of max health from that though. This also takes normal bits. Same with that one. All right, so let's go with increased chance to chain lightning. And we're now on Prestige 12. And we have 2 boss cores with nothing to spend them on. I'm gonna guess that we get something eventually, but... Oh, that was bad. All right, you know what? Yeah, 200 is not gonna be enough. We're going back to Prestige 11. We're just gonna hang around here for a little bit. We know that we can survive. And we've doubled our chances to do chain lightning, which it doesn't look like we've doubled realistically. It looks about the same, but I just think overall, on average, it will proc more often. We kind of hit damage in cycles every time we shoot, which is about once every second, I think. Maybe a little bit longer than a second. But the chain lightning is kind of bridging the gap between those cycles. And I'm guessing that eventually it will just be constant damage across the entire screen. But yeah, like that right there, just huge amounts. Is ridiculous. 132,000. So we did end up dying. Okay. So yeah, the enemies do get too powerful for us, but 132,000 is kind of crazy. We could get the last drone. Let's increase lightning damage. What is this here? Gain 1% damage every second during session. Actually, let's max out crit damage. Oh, that's a huge increase to crit damage. Okay. And I mean, we did die due to like armor there, so it's probably going to be worth grabbing that. And then, you know what? Let's get one of those. What is this? Oh? To infinity. And it takes a boss soul. Going nowhere. Void. Okay. So this is what we're going to be spending our boss souls on. Alright. So our goal at this point is just beat bosses. Alright, let's go back. We upped our armor. I don't know if we're ready for Prestige level 12 quite yet. Let's do one more run here. Because of the chain lightning, I'm not sure if it even matters what, like, where we shoot. In terms of our main one here. Our auto attackers are going, it's just, there's chaos everywhere. I just don't think it really applies. As long as we are shooting, I'm gonna just use our main thing here as a drop pickup. Crazy amount of stuff here. Yeah, I still think that one of the things that I said on the last episode, maybe the episode before, is I would like if there was something just in the top right where it says our prestige level, just saying how many resources we have, or at least like how many resources we picked up during this run. That'd be a nice little change. Make it toggleable. It doesn't have to always be on, but a level up. Or just something like that. Oh man, our defense is insane. I don't think I've seen our health go down once this entire time. Wow. Holy. Ah, 2 yellow enemies. Dang. But that was crazy right there. And that completely drained our health. But 300,000 resources. A ridiculous amount. Oh, and we have milestones for killing enemies. That's all the blue enemies. And man, I don't know. Numbers are weird, but I could have sworn we would have, beaten 50,000 red enemies at this point. That was insane. Okay, let's see here. I can get 1 level of that, or I could get potentially 2 levels of this. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's have Lightning Chain another time. And then bump that up to 3% damage every second. That would be a pretty big upgrade. Or just more armor. Or more health. I think we're okay on health, honestly. I think we're all right on damage, but maxing this out does seem nice. Actually, also dump that in there. Don't forget to do that. Alternatively, we could dump all 300,000 into this net coin and get our last drone, or get another 5% chance to do lightning damage. Choices. I'm going to go with armor. Do that. And then I'm going to dump the rest of my stuff into crypto. And we are still just shy of getting that one. But actually, we can get larger crit damage, which kind of makes up for the fact that we didn't get this one. So that looks good. All right. I think we should be good for Prestige level 12 now. There's no passive health drain, which is good. We have enough armor to be against that. I did already see our health dip down, though. So that does worry me. But we seem to be holding out just fine. Our goal is bosses, so as long as... Ooh, a huge hit there. Oh, okay, there it is. Alright, I think Prestige level 11 then. Go right back into it. These runs are going to be a little bit longer, but I mean, we're getting hundreds of thousands of resources every time, so. And we're beating more enemies, which means we can get the biostones faster as well. I think we've gotten all the upgrades in terms of enemy spawn rate, but I wouldn't mind more, at least in terms of blue enemies. Because some of those upgrades, I mean, we'll do an entire run here and get 1 blue upgrade, which I feel like we should be able to get more, realistically. There's the yellow. Yellow enemies are at this point kind of inconsequential. I mean, we dumped 100 million in there and it was done in what, 1, maybe 2 seconds? 100 million, no, 100,000. And it was done in about 1 to 2 seconds. So I don't really think the speed at which we're converting these red bits into the net coin is really an impacting factor anymore. We are about to get another level up though. Almost there, 95, 96. Yeah, at this point, my main cursor is just a tool to grab all the resources. I'm no longer really directing where we're attacking. But this might be our longest run by far at this point. And the crazy thing is that we're still killing enemies at this point. I think that's why the upgrades of gaining armor over time or gaining damage over time are so important. Because they allow you to kind of scale with the enemies. Whereas normally you just hit a wall. I can tell the enemies are getting a little bit tougher though. The chain lightning is huge. That damage is ridiculous. Yeah, this is a crazy run. 35% already to the next level, and it's just ridiculous. I'm gonna guess that we probably have about 500,000 bits here by now. Oh, there's a huge damage chain. Another. It just keeps going. Wow. Alright. I was gonna say let's get that yellow enemy and then we're done, but we got it so quick. I couldn't even get those words out. Oh, we did end up dying, but 500,000 resources, 3 chips, a skill point, halfway to another, and about 2,000 of the blue currency. So let's see here. First off, yeah, dump those in. I don't think conversion speed is going to be a problem. 228,000 a second, and so that'd be what, like 3 seconds to do what we have. Not even a problem. Chain lightning going again. That's clearly our biggest damage output. Max out the lightning damage. That's good. 3 damage every second during the session would be really, really good. Although we were still dying. I'm gonna max that out actually. Okay. All of the things in terms of armor are maxed out at this point. Let's see here. That takes blue currency. We're kind of hitting the end of our chains here. Let's grab that. Max that out. Okay. I mean, let's try Prestige level 12. We didn't even last the boss last time. But we have 2% more armor. So a total of 5, I believe. 5% armor increase every second that we're here. Our damage is a lot better. Higher chance of chain lightning, more chain lightning. Yeah, I think our damage has always been kind of good, especially since we got the chain lightning upgrade. I think it's just been a matter of surviving to the boss at this point. Let's see. Almost there to the boss, another few seconds. Almost there to another skill point as well. And there it is, health reach 0. All right. It is another 156,000, but so we'll grab that, and you know what? Let's just start getting this extra max health. I think we're just taking hits that are just over the threshold of our max health, and we'd normally be fine if we could survive this because our regen is insane. But it's just a matter of having enough max health to survive that. We're about to get another skill point here. That will be good. Perfect. Halfway there to the boss. Yeah, I have no worries about our damage. I know we still have more upgrades to, plus 200% our damage, but realistically, I don't even think that we need it. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. Alright, boss is about to show up. Our health is great. I haven't seen it dip down too far. Where is the boss? There is the boss. It's taken some hits. It's not died as quick as it did on Prestige 11. There it is. Alright. And Prestige 13 unlocked. So we have another boss, Soul. Oh, and we hit another milestone. Let's actually do that real quick. Kind of get to the bottom of milestones here. almost got all the blue enemies there. Was that 4 more in terms of blue enemies? So we've beat about 300,000 red enemies total. No, sorry, that's 30,000 red enemies total. Feels like we've beaten way more, but upgrade that. And then just pump that health. Void. No return. Takes another boss soul. All right. Let's have Chain Lightning go again. Let me go ahead and dump that in there. Let's dump the rest of the bits in. Increase crit damage. Now let's increase the chance for it to Chain Lightning. That's going to be a bit better at this point. So yeah, we're done with the entire top of the graph at this point. Or the skill tree, the graph. We're done with the top of the skill tree at this point. So we're just kind of working on damage and then spending our blue to have drops automatically be collected, and then spending our boss points at the very top there. Well, let's try Prestige 13. Damage is, of course, not a problem. There's no passive health drain. I think we're beyond passive health drain at this point. Almost, what is that? Almost 1 million health, though. From the upgrades and then the gaining max health for every enemy we defeat. Halfway there to the boss. I have not seen our health drop at all. But once the boss shows up, it might start draining. $997, $998. I'm just looking at my max health now. $999. 1 million max hit points. And that's another boss down. Crazy. All right. Let's dump that into crypto. Let's increase the chance for that. Increase crit damage. Come up here and... Oh, where? All right, need another boss soul. Well, let's just keep going. Proceed to level 14. Yeah, at this point, it's just beating up bosses. We're speedrunning the game now. We are cooking. $101 million health though. Not 101 million. 1,013,000. Numbers are really hard sometimes. Comment down below if you have trouble with numbers sometimes. I should see a comment from every single person. Numbers are just hard sometimes. We almost have the boss here. I'm also trying to focus more on the blue enemies here, since that automatic pickup upgrade, I think, is the only thing that takes blue currency at this point. It takes a lot. There's another boss gone. We're just cruising through those. All right. Oh, and a skill point. I mean, let's just keep making lightning chain. It's pretty good. I'm gonna dump all this into crypto. I'm actually gonna go ahead and max that out. And then that only has 1 more level. I think I'll just wait to max that out then. We come up here and in the distance. And we run it back. Proceed to level 15. Absolutely ridiculous levels of damage here. Just everything happening on screen is insane. Halfway there to the boss. Yeah, I don't think I've seen our health dip at all. I'm not even gonna monitor that anymore. Oh, I mean, okay. Right when I said that, it did drop about 20%. That should be okay. 20% is something we can handle. And there's the boss. And it will be gone shortly. There it is. Oh, there's another milestone. Is this blue? Yep. Are we on red? We're getting there. All right. Temple Pull that into crypto. Go ahead and get the other 80,000 in there as well. Yeah, man, those upgrades are getting expensive. Okay, max that out. And then just damage at this point. And that's a skill point. That's 2 more skill points. So that's 3 more level ups for those. That up there is boss nodes, which actually we can dump one in. Something happens. To infinity, going nowhere. Void, no return. Where? In the distance. Something happens. Well, we're getting there. All right, let's just keep going. Prestige level 16. I do want to completely finish out the skill tree and all milestones, just for a, you know, kind of true 100% completion of this game, and also to get all the skill points we need. So if it looks like we need to do just kind of a super long run, just to kind of get all the enemy kills, get all of the skill points that we need, all that stuff, I think I'll just end up fast forwarding through that really long run, but we'll see if that even is needed. I mean, we're already 30% of the way to another level up here. There's another boss already gone. Oh, we got a yellow enemy there. Haven't got one of those for a while. All right, dump all those in. That's a skill point, which we will put into chain lightning. Now we can just focus on the auto attack speed. And then really close to maxing that out. And yeah, man, these blue upgrades are getting expensive. All right. You know, I'm actually going to save the rest of these. I'll spend them when I have all of them. Siege level 17. So we need 2 more level ups. Already almost 50% of the way to the first one. We need a ton of enemy kills. A lot of blue enemies, honestly. The milestones will help with back cost. But we're almost done in terms of normal upgrades, unless there's one after the increased crit damage. We are just going crazy here with the lightning. I think we're pretty close to, at this point, having constant damage. Oh, there's a boss, and it's gone. Alright. Just take another look at milestones here. I mean, we're getting there, but that progress is a little slow. Alright, let us dump, nope, not milestones. Dump all that into crypto. That is the end right there. Okay. So, blue currency to max out auto collect. I'm not missing an upgrade, am I? I don't think so. 2 more skill points for the auto speed there. Then it's just boss souls. Well, let's keep going. One thing that I'm having to remind myself of is that the bosses do terminate the runs early. Oh, there's an achievement. Earned a total of 25 skill points. Even though it seems like we need 26 to max out the tree. But hey, at least we got the achievement. But as I was saying, defeating the bosses terminate the runs early, so, and we do get more resources from enemies the more prestige levels, or the higher prestige level we're in. So, presumably getting to the highest prestige level that we can, if there is a cap, and running that one should realistically get us all the resources we need. Enemy kills is probably going to be best done, what is it called? On the first prestige level. There's another skill point. Yeah, we still need one more. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, there's nothing else to spend resources on except for auto collect, which is just blue. So we'll go ahead and do prestige level 19. Might as well defeat the bosses that we need to defeat. know I've kind of been bumping the chain lightning damage, but the auto firing guys are also doing a pretty good job. Their damage is also pretty good. But it helps when every hit is a critical hit and you bumped up that critical hit damage to, I mean, like 1,000% or something. Oh, there's the last level up that we needed. And it looks like we're already on our way to another one. Not sure what we're going to use that for, but... Oh, here's the boss over on the right. Oh, that boss is special. Boss defeated. The boss had some weird colors going on. Alright. 2 more upgrades with that. There's that maxed out. Alright, we're kind of hitting the edges of the tree here. 2.2 million bits. Just really want to make sure I'm not like missing an obvious upgrade or something. I don't think I am. I think it looks pretty well maxed out here. But we have prestige level 20. Let's hop into it. We're just trying to get blue resources, kill a whole bunch of enemies to get those milestones. Bosses are just kind of coming naturally along that line. That was a huge amount of blue up there. Already halfway to the boss. And more than halfway to another level up. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with another level up. Just hoard it, I guess. Same with like all these bits. Same with the spare deck coin that we have. Just hold it in the bank for a while, I guess. Nothing to spend it on. There's the boss up there. And it's already almost gone. There we go. Oh, there's an achievement. Bitlord earned a total of 10 million bits. I mean, I believe it. We're already at 4.5 million. It's hard to tell when that achievement actually activated, but presumably over the course of the game, we got at least 5.5 million bits from start to now, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, we're still just going. Prestige level 21, it does just keep going up. And there's another level up. I think I might start putting the boss souls in after this one. Just to kind of hit a completion of the game, and then we'll see where that leaves us with things. And then we can just kind of clean up loose ends afterward. But yeah, I mean, I'm running around collecting all these red bits. Realistically, all I care about are the blue ones at this point. I'm just gonna try to hyper focus on those. Over there, down here. Beat all those ones. There's another boss soul. And prestige levels just keep going up. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and put some of these in. Something happens. Event horizon. Singularity. Oh. Increase yellow enemy spawn rate. Well, that's not really what we need. We need blue enemy spawn rate. And that is unlock the laboratory tab. There's more to the game, I guess. I kind of just expected that to be the end, but sure. Unlock the lab. That's an achievement. Well, I guess we'll increase yellow enemy spawn rate. I wonder if we end up using them here. Godvirus Research Lab. Invest Netcoin into developing the Godvirus. Takes 1,000 Netcoin. Well, okay. I guess we have something to use all of this currency on. And I guess that's why they're bumping up yellow enemy spawns. Because we're actually kind of having to wait for stuff at this point. Alright, well, let's just keep going then. I wonder how much that increases yellow. It's kind of like the first yellow upgrade, where it just says, hey, they can spawn now. No defined rate, just they're going to be around. We'll see how much of a difference that actually makes. Kind of wish there was a thing for blue enemy spawns, since that's what we're really going for. But, I mean, or even red enemy spawns, just hit those milestones faster. That's alright. There's the yellow enemy there. Caught it right before it died. Oh, there's another one. Still not seeing too high of an increased rate. We've gotten 2 kind of back-to-back before with the previous rates. So there was another one up north. Okay, there was, I think, maybe 2 more down there. Okay. Yeah, 6. Yeah, okay. We definitely had a lot more there. That was 6 million of those just... Alright. There we go. 1.2 mil every second. That should be good. We're getting some good research there. Let's head down, check on our milestones. Almost there on blue enemies. We're getting there on everything else. This is 8,000 to get that. All right. Okay, and there's nothing else up here, right? No, I think we've hit the end of the research tree on every front except for this one over here. Just ridiculous how expensive this one gets. But keep going, prestige level 23, and now at this point we're hoarding boss cores. So we're just going for bits, and that's kind of it, just bits. At least in terms of what seems like game progression. In terms of making sure we hit everything, it's going for bits and the blue enemies. There's another level up. Not sure what we're going to use that for. I think that's 2 level ups now. We're just hoarding. The few yellow enemies down there. I honestly think our speed is perfectly fine. We've got enough yellow enemies over the course of the rest of the game. I mean, yeah, there's 7 more. There's another one that we missed, but it doesn't even matter. Go to crypto mine. Oh, actually, that's it. We cannot increase the speed any further anyway. Let's just dump all this in. And that's another 100 there. Perfect. So what, 10 runs of that and we're done? Looks like it. Prestige level 24. You know what? I'm gonna go all the way back. Prestige level 1. Or 0, technically. And we're just gonna do a run here. You know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna go ahead and terminate. We're gonna do a run when the pentagons show up, because those guys split into more. I think 5 is when they showed up. Yeah, here we go. Although, I don't know, we'll have to see, but I think enemy spawns might also go up the higher prestige level you go. It's hard to tell, because we're killing things so quickly that, you know, they could be spawning at the same rate, but they're just dying super quick. I feel like you could just kind of AFK here and, you know, get all the milestones that we need. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think... Okay, I've gotten a pretty good visual here. Let me terminate. And go to all the way back up now. She's level 20-something? 24. Oh, no, the enemies do spawn faster here, for sure. They move faster, they spawn faster. So it is worth to just keep increasing the prestige level. In terms of getting the milestones. So that's nice. I think I mentioned on maybe the first episode that it would have been nice to see something utilize previous milestones. Or not milestones, previous prestige levels. Just to kind of give you an incentive to go back. That's alright. I can also understand not wanting to, you know, send the player all over the place. Alright, we're almost there in the boss. There's no way we can't kill it. Yeah, there we go. That is, what is that, 10, 16 million? Jeez, alright, yeah, we're getting kind of crazy amounts of resources here. But we did hit a milestone. It is the blue one. And that's going to get us one more upgrade. But hey, 10,000 more, and that's the last one. So, a little over 8,000 more blue bits. Here's what the milestones give. I mean, the final milestone just gives that. So, and let's just dump all these in. And we'll keep going. Prestige level 25. I mean, at this point, there's just a number of resources we are collecting. Nothing to spend them on. We're just going from boss to boss. I mean, it might be worth after, like on this one, after we beat the boss, just kind of waiting or holding back and just running this prestige level again. Just now being able to go for as long as we want. At the same time, we could just keep going through prestige levels and get to a higher one and kind of idle on that one instead. Another one. I mean, that was, what, 2,000 nodes there? So, getting pretty close. In terms of the last upgrade, it's just the milestones that I think are going to take the longest here. There's another level up. Swinging the mouse around. Nothing has changed. Well, we have a 70% chance now for the enemies to just kind of auto-collect their own drops whenever they die. But we still have work to do ourselves. I guess they made that 80% instead of the ability to go up to 100 if they wanted the player to still be able to do something. Otherwise, I would just be sitting here, hand off the mouse, just watching all the pretty colors. Here's the boss, and there goes the boss. Let's go to crypto, dump all this in. Perfect. How long is that going to take? 10 seconds. I mean, we're almost there. Yeah, huge jump there. Okay. Oh, prestige level 25 is the max. Okay. Well, I thought it was. I thought we were already on prestige level 25, but it looks like there is another progress bar to a boss. Maybe I'm misthinking. We'll see after we beat this boss. There's another level up. Yeah, I could have sworn we were already on prestige level 25. If this is the max prestige level, it might just keep spawning bosses here, just so you can farm them, but not sure what the reason for that would be. Oh, a yellow star, okay. We haven't seen too many of the yellow variants. Oh yeah, boss defeated, there's nowhere left to go. Interesting. Okay, if I go back into 25, is there another boss? There is. Okay, so I'm going to terminate here. God, even in just like 2 seconds, got 174,000. That is insane. Just thinking back to... With games like this, I like to think back to when we started and just how, we were getting 1 or like 10 bits a run, and we were like, yes, perfect, 10 bits. We could do so much with that. Then on the next run, we got 15. That was just such a massive increase for us. All right, so I'm going to go back to Prestige 24. And without a boss, we should just be able to do this forever, essentially. We have all the upgrades. I don't imagine that we'll be dying anytime soon. Our max health is just going to keep going up as we go. Our damage and armor are also going to keep increasing the longer we survive. So, in terms of getting the blue currency, we can easily do that here. And we're only like 3,000 off or something. We've been getting about 2,000 every run, so if this run just lasts a little bit longer than normal runs, then we're good. in terms of the milestones, those I think are going to take a bit. It is hard to tell. I mean, these runs are on average, you know, lasting, when there's a boss involved, lasting like 60 seconds maybe 30 even. And so a run lasting 2 solid minutes might be, you know, a huge increase that to enemy kill count that I'm not realizing. But we'll just let this go. Collect all the bits. Do everything we need to do here. Prestige number 24 is the magic one. Yeah. I would be surprised if at any point our damage seemed to fall off or, you know, our health started to go down with the increased armor and damage every second. Something that I'm thinking in terms of how this game might end is, you know, it might just kind of give you the resources to max everything out, or at least give you, you know, a better way to max everything out. And, you know, me sitting here farming is just a waste of time, but that's all right. The gameplay is satisfying. It's fun. All the flashing, pretty colors are nice. I'm going to go ahead and give this till we level up again, which won't be very long. And then I'll go ahead and terminate and see where we're at. We're definitely going to be good in terms of bits to finish out the lab research. We're definitely going to have enough blue resources to finish out that upgrade. It's just a matter of the milestones. How many enemies have we defeated? It's kind of a lull in damage there. You don't really notice those until they happen. We finally hit it, that point where we're just hitting damage every single second. There's, you know, small gaps in between just based on how the cycles are, but for the most part it is just constant damage. And there's another level up. Alright, clean up all the blue enemies here, get that blue pentagon down there for a lot of those, and then we will terminate. That is 64 million bits, 5,000 of the blue ones, which maxes that out. Perfect. But we didn't even get a milestone from that. That's crazy. I mean, we're almost there in terms of red enemies, but then we have to do that number again, which, I mean, we're getting to 50,000 across the entire game, and so we just have to do that again. We're halfway there on blue enemies, and then we have to hit that again. So these milestones are rough. Especially since there's not really much to spend on. We'll dump all this in here. $30 or so seconds to finish that. I think we already have enough, though. Virus ready. Deploy the virus. That will probably end the game. You know what? Let's see here. We've come a long way. Actually, you know what? This blood visage kind of looks like the virus. But yeah, we're at the end of the line here. Zoom out and just get a view of this whole skill tree. Pretty expansive. I mean, obviously a little heavily weighted in one direction, but still pretty big. All right, deploy virus. Oh, okay. A little loading bar. Oh, virus deployed. Oh, Genesis, deploy the Godvirus. You know, I don't think that was a good idea. Anybody else seeing double? Game by Goblobba. Music by Holenza. Great music. Thanks for playing. Thanks for making the game. And that's it. That is, that's the game. If we hit continue, where does it throw us? Virus already deployed. All right. Are there any other upgrades? Just want to make sure we're still not missing anything. Doesn't look like it. Everything looks still completed out. Just a matter of these milestones. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll get the 50,000 red one here. And then I think just in terms of the other ones, it's just farming enemies. Just for as long as we possibly can. But let me see how we're doing in terms of achievements. So it turns out we've gotten all achievements, 13 achievements, and that's it in terms of those. Releasing the Godvirus was the last one. But I'll go ahead and get this red challenger milestone. We're almost there. It'll just be a few last seconds. And I'll leave these others for those who want to really like this game and really just want to go for it. But since we're just waiting here, figured I'd bring up, you know, a few things in terms of the channel. I appreciate all the support that people have given. My first ClickMage video blew up, which is pretty cool to see. Leaving comments is incredibly helpful. Subscribing is obviously incredibly helpful. But leaving comments in terms of new games that you guys want to see. I've kind of been perusing my Steam wish list, kind of going back on some games that I've wishlisted a while ago, and kind of picking out the games that looked fun to play and record a video on. But if you guys have any recommendations, leave a comment. That's the best way to let me know. I think that might be it in terms of enemies. Yep, there's the milestone. All right. I'm going to leave these last 3 milestones. Got to leave something for, you know, other people to finish here. But that's just going to be me leaving the game running AFK. And I don't think that would make for a very fun video. So, but this has been Nodebusters. Huge skill tree. Very fun to play. And that's it. A ton of resources just kind of hoarded at the end. 56 processors. Yeah, that increased yellow enemy spawn rate is ridiculous. I think in terms of the milestones, I would have liked to see also an increased red and increased blue. Just kind of, you know, we have the power, we have the damage and the armor to handle it. Just let us go crazy. But I can also understand how the game is currently set up. So, but that is it. If you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Like I said before, leaving a comment is incredibly helpful. Looking for new games to play. At this point, the time of recording, we have now finished Nodebuster, but we also finished ClickMage. I've started a playthrough on Talented, which is a fun little rogue light game. And there's another game that will be coming on Friday, a new game that I've decided to start playing. So you'll see that video then. But beyond Talented and that other game, I don't really have anything else planned. So leave a comment and your game that you recommend might become the next one. But as always, thanks for watching.